Good morning. Huffing and puffing a little bit as I'm hiking. I'm back on my bridge here in my favorite park, Craig Park. So, have you followed through on your goals? We did our goal setting seminar on Sunday, and you were supposed to do a perfect day. You were supposed to write down your perfect day. You're going to do your top three goals. You were going to do a paragraph as to why you have to, you are committed to achieving those outcomes in the next 12 months. And then you're going to review that every day. So, are you doing your homework? Did you write all that stuff out? Are you reviewing it every day? And let's remember a couple of things about goals. Number one, the next 12 months, 24 months, 36 months, that time is going to pass. You're going to arrive 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now. And the question is, how are you going to arrive? Are you going to arrive in a place that you want to be, that a place that's designed and a series of outcomes that you intended? Or are you going to arrive 5, 10, 15 years and it's going to be a series of random outcomes based upon whatever happens and you're just going to let it go to the wind? It's going to just happen no matter what, and you're not going to, and you're not going to direct it. This is what happens when I have to do stuff with my gloves. Sorry, I'm back. The thing about goals is you're going to feel pressure, and for some people that is really uncomfortable, and pressure is uncomfortable for everybody, but for some it's more uncomfortable than others. The whole idea of goal setting is to create a certain amount of pressure, because you're telling your brain, I'm not comfortable with where I'm at, I want to be here. And so you're going to feel this pressure to move in that direction. And for some people that gets uncomfortable, and so they decide to stop because all of a sudden they're like, "Oh my God, this feels wrong, or this feels different, or this feels difficult." Well, remember, how do we get a diamond? A diamond is simply a lump of coal that's been placed under enough pressure that it becomes the hardest substance on the planet that can cut through anything. Literally can cut through anything that we have on the planet. That particular item can do that because it's been put through so much pressure. There's a certain amount of pressure that you want to have in your life. Now, obviously, too much pressure is bad, but pressure is what drives us. Pressure is what drives us to, want to be with somebody. There's a certain amount of pressure and tension that I want to be with this person. And that pressure and tension turns out to be a positive thing, not a negative thing. Pressure is what drives us to eat. It's what drives us to do all of our normal daily activities is we feel a certain pressure. And so then we need to go take care of that. So you need to welcome this pressure that comes when you start to look at these goals. And the way to do that is to look into the future. Look into the future and say, okay, how would I feel if I accomplished all of these things? That's why we have you do your perfect day, so that you can get associated with, if I achieve all of these outcomes, in 10 years from now or 15 years from now or whatever the time frame is, I arrive and all of these things exist in my life, how would that make me feel? And really feel those feelings. Then ask yourself, assume that I get 10 years from now, 15 years, 20 years from now, and I've done none of these things. Instead, I've watched, I've binged on Netflix, and I've gone to the bar, and I've done all kinds of things that didn't get me anywhere towards my goals. And now it's 10 years down the road, and I'm in an even worse position. I've lost my health, I've lost my relationships. How would that make you feel? The idea is to give yourself the pressure, and we got to use both the carrot and the stick. Remember, we will do more to avoid pain than we will to gain pleasure. So you got to use that pain to drive you, but then also give yourself the pleasure down the road of, here's where I'm going, and here's what this is going to be like when I get there. And then you can enjoy the journey, because when you feel that pressure to go do things, you can shift your focus. So I'm visual, so I totally do it like visually, but you can shift your focus and say, yeah, but when I get there, how is that going to make me feel? And so you can enjoy that journey. So the reason we look at these things every day is because then it creates that reticular activating system, that pressure to say, I need to be here. I need to get to these outcomes. But the reason we do that, do your perfect day, is so you can appreciate it and enjoy the journey and ask yourself, okay, yes, I'm going to feel pressure to get there. I'm going to be uncomfortable because that's going to motivate me to take action and get towards my goals. But at the same time, look at that perfect day so you can go, man, as I get there and when I get there, it's going to be amazing. And I will tell you from going through this process many times that checking those goals off is a pretty extraordinary feeling. And then you can look back and you can say, wow, look at how far I've come. And yeah, I still want to go. I always want to be growing. Remember, we're either growing or we're dying. So we always want to be growing. I always want to be looking to the next thing. But you can also at times look back and go, look at how far I've come and look at what I've accomplished. Wow, isn't that amazing? You know, whatever your mission statement is. Mine is to be a beacon of what is possible for myself and others now and in the future. I say it to myself every morning. My mission is to be a beacon of what is possible for myself and others now and in the future. And my primary question is, what is a powerful choice that I will happily make now? I ask myself that every morning, every day. That is how I start my day. As soon as I wake up, it plays in my head. And hopefully I'm doing things towards the achievement of that outcome, but I'm going to upload that every day. And every day, that's where I'm going to head and that's what I'm going to pay attention to. So whatever yours is, upload it every morning. And I know that you're going to feel a certain amount of pressure. You're supposed to feel a certain amount of pressure. That's a good thing, not a bad thing. That's going to drive you in order to take action. But also look at that perfect day so that you can move on and go, oh my goodness, look at where I'm headed. When we got done with our goal setting seminar, Grant Cardone was doing an hour and a half free seminar that he was conducting. I immediately hopped onto that. And I did what I told you guys to do. I started looking at new ways of thinking and new goals. And I actually reevaluated one of my goals for this year because he changed my way of thinking. As I'm listening to him, I'm like, he's right. I need to broaden how I'm looking at this. Always be growing. The key to fulfillment, the key to happiness is achievement, is growth, is to progress. The secret of living is giving, but the key to happiness is progress. That's what makes us feel like we're alive and like we're doing the things that we're supposed to be doing, is if we're progressing towards a result. And that doesn't mean only wait until, you get achieve everything in the world before you give yourself the opportunity to feel good about yourself. No, feel good about yourself now, but progress towards those outcomes because that's how you're going to feel like you're living. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. I'll say hi to everybody. My Uncle Bill, great to see you. Dolores, always great to see you. Mr. Dakin, great to see you. Sarah, good morning. Great to see you too. Roger, a new one. Awesome to see you this morning. And Dolores, thank you so much for the heart. Thank you for watching, everybody. I truly appreciate it. Have an awesome day. We're all in this together. Let's take care of each other.